Okay, please let everybody know your name. Guys, thank you very much. Please sit down. Round of applause for everybody who stood up. Your name for everybody and where you're from?
Nancy, right now from Savannah, Georgia.
Right now from Savannah, Georgia.
Originally Rhode Island.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right. Awesome. Beautiful. Everybody, please give Nancy a big round of applause as you come up stage with me. Okay. How much stress are you feeling now after all of the fun stuff that we've had? Be honest.
In reality, like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Great. Can you get yourself to a 10? I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Think about whatever you need to. Can you get stressed out for me? I know you can. Breathe the way that you breathe when you're stressed out. Go back to a time recently when you were at a 10 or maybe even at 11. Okay? Good. Look at her. Everybody, please pay attention to her. Do you see where those eyes are going? Do you see where she started breathing from? Yeah? Perfect, yes. Thank you. For the moment, just focus on that. Get yourself into that moment. Where's your stress now from 0 to 10?
8.
Is this on?
8.
8? Okay, cool. You can hear it? All right, cool. Okay. Pick a time recently where you were super duper stressed out. I mean, really on the verge of freaking out. Go back to that time now. Go back into your body. See what you saw. Hear what you heard. And feel all the feelings of being stressed to the point of nearly breaking. That's right. Can everybody feel the energy shift on her? Can everybody see that? Hold this feeling, and please for me, walk here so people can see you. Just walk back and forth on the stage. Pay attention. Yeah, just walk back and forth this way so people can see your body language. Can you see how she's walking? Can you see how she's breathing? Can you see her eyes? Where she's looking, right? Feel her energy. Great. Please stop. Is it all right with your unconscious mind that you release this stress right now? And for you to have an undeniably conscious experience of it? Beautiful. We're going to face this way so people can see all of the amazing things that are about to happen. Now, stress has a physiological and an emotional component. And they're interlinked. Have you ever noticed that when you're tired and your body is stressed out, it's even easier to get emotionally stressed out? Easy, right? Even eating the wrong foods and creating inflammation in the body can create enough physical stress for you to emotionally stress. And the other way around. Have you guys noticed? So when you're emotionally stressed, you feel heavy, right? Sometimes so heavy you can't even get out of bed. So we're going to work with the codes of stress in the body. So, where do you feel a pressure or a lightness when you feel your stress? You're feeling your stress right now?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Do you feel a pressure or a lightness somewhere in your body?
No pressure.
Here, let me hold this for you. Don't worry, I'll hold it for you.
I guess pressure. Shoulders is usually.
Shoulders? Okay. How intense is that pressure from 0 to 10?
Right now?
Yeah.
Like a 9.
Like a 9. That's a lot of pressure. Okay, good. Is there a warmth or a cold, a hot or a freezing?
A warmth.
A warmth. How warm is it?
Hot. Warm.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. Okay, so we have, starting to get it, right? Now, pressure moves, stress moves.
Mm-hmm.
It can move up your body, down your body, in circles. It can move any which way, back and forth. Where does your stress feeling start and where does it end?
I think it starts in like my stomach or my chest,
Uh-huh.
and that's where it creeps up and moves up.
And
into your
that,
neck.
so here moves up and then gets hot and really pressured.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And what color is your stress?
Mm.
If you were to give it a color.
Blue is coming to mind. I don't know.
Blue is coming to mind.
Really thought of it.
Okay. Blue. Perfect. Shake and bounce your body for 5 seconds. Shake and bounce your body for 5 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. Great. 5 seconds. Was that 5 seconds? 5 seconds. All right, good. I was like, we're going to hold you to this. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is pick a color that is the color of calm and relaxation. What is that color for you?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a specific kind of yellow that you really like?
I like a sun yellow.
Like a sun yellow. Beautiful. So I want you to flood this area, shoulders, with sunlight yellow that travels from your shoulders down to here through the heart. Seeing this already? Turn so everybody can see you. Yellow. Good. From the shoulders down here through the heart. Now, does it feel better if you keep that energy in or let it go?
I think in, because I feel like I'm swirling it.
Okay. So have it go from here to here and keep it in. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to imagine that you've got 2 gigantic angel wings coming out from both shoulders, reaching out and lifting you up. So light. Look at that. Look at that. So light, lifting you up off the ground. Right? As if your whole body just takes off. Beautiful. Feel that lifting up from your shoulders. Now, you know that feeling on a winter day? You go outside and it might be snowing, maybe it just snowed. You go out, you know it's cold, but it feels really, really good. You leave the jacket behind. Maybe you go out with a cup of coffee or something, and you just enjoy that cold. I want you to feel that up here and down here, right? Have that flood in with your shoulders all the way down here and keep it in. Beautiful. Can you see, can you feel the different shifts that are happening in her body? Good. Shake and bounce her body for 5 seconds. You can count for her if you want. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. So now let's run that feeling through you. Yellow, right? From the shoulders down here through the heart, and keep it in as those angel wings expand and lift you from the shoulders up. And add that comfortable cold of a winter's morning. Beautiful. Where's your stress now from 0 to 10?
1 or 2.
A
Definitely.
1 or a 2. Is it still going down?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So allow it to go all the way down to a 0 or a 1, wherever makes you feel comfortable. Some people don't like to go down to a 0 for some reason. That's fine. Let it go down to a 1 now, to a 0, wherever you like. Is it there now? Good. Lock that into place on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Lock. Good. Now do me a favor and walk back and forth. And people, pay attention to her body. Notice how before she had her arms like this. Now look at how loose she is. Look at how much she's got some pep in her step. Right? It's like she just came back from yoga. How do you feel? You feel good. Beautiful. Hold on to this for the rest of the weekend. Hold on to it as long as you want. And any other time you feel stress creep back up, and it will, it's life, run that for yourself. Can you remember it? Beautiful. Nice work. Everybody, please give her a big round of applause. Stress can be reversed. Any negative feeling can be reversed when you know how it is coded in the body. And beliefs can be changed. Negativity can be worked with once you know how to work with the unconscious mind. Who here has a fear of failure? Raise your hand. Awesome. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something fun. A little treat for the people who work so hard for us. Bree, can you please come up? A big round of applause for Bree. Bree is one of our amazing volunteers who has chosen to, work. She didn't have to. So this is kind of my gift to you. I'm going to do something that I normally don't do, especially not in workshops. So, could you please have a seat? And this will be your mic. Okay. So, we're talking about fear of failure, right?
Yes.
What is your particular brand or phrase of fear of failure? What is it you feel?
Feeling like I can't be enough. I'm not good enough.
That you're not good enough. How many of you guys feel that? Have felt that? I'm not good enough? Beautiful. So, the unconscious mind brings on beliefs, latches onto them, usually from events that happened between the ages of 0 and 5. That's when we've experienced things for the very first time. I'm going to run her through a process that will allow her to open up her unconscious mind, identify where this belief came from, and then release it. Now, what you're going to have to do is trust your unconscious mind. That means the first thing that comes up, you're going to go with that, right? Even if I say something weird, right? Because some of these things don't make sense. The questions I'm about to ask her don't make logical sense. But that's important because when we're dealing with a belief or an emotion, it comes from your unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind speaks to you in symbols and emotions. Think about when you're dreaming, okay? When you're dreaming, it's just symbols and feelings. You wake up totally confused, not knowing what it meant, but you feel something. You dream about someone you only met for a flash and you have an emotion with it. The conscious mind is logic and reason. We're not going to work with your conscious mind here. We're going to work with your unconscious mind. Okay?
Okay.
So when I say trust your unconscious, what I'm saying is you may get an answer that doesn't feel like it makes sense. Go with it anyway. Ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay. Can you turn a little bit so people can see you? Beautiful. Pay attention to her, guys. See what she feels like. Right? Actually, could you do me a favor? Can you walk back and forth? Let everybody see you. Your body language. Pay attention to this. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? Okay? Gorgeous. Have a seat. You're especially seeing this because I pushed on a belief. Sometimes even just naming a belief. I'll keep this until we talk again. Sometimes just naming a belief is enough to make that wound get even larger. Have you guys ever experienced that? Where you hear someone else telling a story and they'll think like, wow, you know, that's me. And it hurts. So, are you ready? Is it all right with your unconscious mind that we remove this belief for you?
Yes.
And for you to be aware of it consciously?
Yes.
Okay, good. Can you turn so everybody can kind of see you? Perfect. Gently close your eyes. What is the root cause? The very first event, which, when disconnected, will allow that belief, I'm not good enough, any associated beliefs, and any associated negative emotions to disappear easily and effortlessly. If you were to know, was it before, during, or after your birth?
After
Good. At what age?
7.
Okay. Now, 7 is a little old. So what that means is that your unconscious mind may have gone to what we call a significant emotional event, something like a trauma. But we're actually looking for the very first event. So just kindly, gently ask your unconscious mind, not for the first significant event, the very first event, which is usually something pretty small between the ages of 0 and 5. And what are you getting now?
3.
3. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, down to your toes, and up through your mouth. Good. What I'd like your unconscious mind to do is gently float up above the timeline, above your timeline, above your life, and turn so that you're facing the past. When you get there, notice the event. That means create a visual marker for yourself of where that event would be in the timeline of your life. And when you have something, give me a nice big nod. You got it? Okay, good. Now float so that you are above the event, looking down on it. Stay separate from the event, above the event, looking down on the event. Give me a nice big nod when you're there. Yeah? Good. Ask your unconscious mind what there is to learn from the event, the learning of which will allow you to let go of the belief and any associated negative emotions. Your unconscious mind can preserve the learnings so that if you need them in the future, they'll be there. Another way you could ask is, what could I have known at the time that would have allowed me to let go of the belief easily and effortlessly? And when you have even part of a learning, tell me what it is.
It was a comparison.
What about comparison?
That it was him comparing, not putting me down, but actually comparing me.
Okay. And so knowing that it was a comparison and not a put down, what does that allow you to do or feel?
Allows me to know that I was okay.
To know that you were okay. Good. How many times in your life after that had you thought that people were putting you down when in reality they were simply comparing, and that you were actually okay?
Too many to count.
Too many to count. And knowing that you were okay, does that allow you to feel you're okay now?
Kind of.
Kind of. Good. That means there is another learning in there. What's the other learning? There could be a few more. What else is there?
It was just an analogy that it really wasn't, there was nothing to compare.
That there was nothing to compare, so he wasn't even comparing. There could not have been a comparison. Why could there be nothing to compare?
Because it was him and not me. It was him stating a fact of what had happened, and I took it as a comparison.
So that it has been your awareness, say, that led you to believe that there was a comparison, even though, stay above the event, stay above the event, Bree, stay above the event, stay above the event. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, higher, 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 higher. Good. Excellent. Good work. So it was your awareness then, and knowing that there was actually no comparison.
Correct.
Good. Can you see now That there is no comparison. There can be no comparison.
Yeah.
Good. Why can't there be a comparison?
Because they're a different person. They're not, just because they're stating something, they're not necessarily directing it at me.
That's right. Who's directing it at you if it wasn't them?
Me.
Right. Are you ready now to direct something else at yourself?
Yes.
What do you choose to direct at yourself instead?
Love.
Good.
Acceptance.
Good. What else?
Compassion.
Good. What else?
Understanding.
Good. Can you feel yourself directed at yourself?
A little bit.
Good. A little bit is a great place to start. It is a habit. We're all on this journey. Can you crank it up a little bit more than just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. How far can we take it? How much can you crank it up right now?
Halfway.
Halfway. That's amazing. Halfway. Halfway. That's so good. Beautiful. What other learnings are there?
To accept myself.
Beautiful. What does accepting yourself mean in your words?
Understanding that I'm not perfect.
Gorgeous.
And I don't have to be.
Why don't you have to be perfect?
Because we're human. Nobody's perfect.
That's right. You know what's really interesting about perfect? It's kind of the worst thing that can happen to you.
Boring.
It's so boring. It means you have nothing left to learn. Isn't that the worst thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because I
we're-
want to learn.
Yeah. As much as you can, right?
Yeah.
You want to grow as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
And it's really fun to know that you've grown and to know that you're learning, right?
Yes.
So when you hit perfect, you're done. That could be the worst day of your whole life. Good. Good. And so, if perfection isn't what we're actually after, what could you be after instead that would allow you to love and accept yourself even more?
Compassion.
Compassion. Beautiful. What else?
Understanding.
Good. Can you allow yourself to make mistakes?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not perfect, and that's the only way I'm going to learn.
Yes. That's exactly right? Because you know that in an ideal world, when things go well, we simply repeat what we had done. And does that sound like growing to you?
No.
Does that sound like learning to you?
No.
It sounds like getting stuck, right?
Yes.
You know what we call it when we get stuck because we have stopped growing and learning? It's the comfort zone.
I was going to say same shit, different day.
Same shit, different day. Or that's even better, right? So if you want to learn and grow as much as you can, what do you have to do?
Continue to be open.
Yeah. And allow yourself to do what?
Make mistakes.
Right. Because every time you make mistakes, it allows you to learn, doesn't it?
Yes.
So actually, every single time you make a mistake, as long as you get a learning out of it,
I'm growing.
then you're growing. So it's actually a success, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. What other learnings are there? Are there any other learnings?
Mm-mm.
Beautiful. So now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to float back into the past, before the event. Actually, before any of the chain of events that led to that event. Really far back. You can even go above a different lifetime if you want. When you get to a comfortable place, far back, give me a nice big nod. Good. And now ask yourself, where are those old negative emotions?
Not there.
Say that again.
They're not there.
Good. What about that old belief? Has it disappeared too?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's test it. Float down inside the event, looking through your own eyes. Right inside, make it feel real, and check on those old negative emotions. Are they there or have they disappeared now?
They're gone.
Beautiful. And that old belief, it's disappeared too?
Yes.
Good. Go back up above and before that event. Way, way back. And come back to now, above your timeline, above your life, only as quickly as you can allow all of the events between then and now to reevaluate themselves in light of your new choices. Preserve your learnings. Reinforce them. Feel all of that acceptance and love increasing, maybe even more than halfway. And let go of the negative emotions and that old belief on all of the events all the way back to now. Now, on your way back to now, I want your unconscious mind to allow you to notice 3 or more events in which you could have remembered that there can be no comparison. That mistakes are your friend, they're your ally, they help you grow and learn. And that it is your decision to send yourself love and compassion and peace and happiness. But because of the belief we just deleted, you didn't notice the possibility, and now you can. And through this, feel as every event reevaluates itself, your love, your acceptance, your feeling of your own value and worth increasing even more and even more and even more. Feel that strength inside of you grow. And you may see your timeline change. You may feel your lifeline shift. You may experience feelings inside of your body as you let go of all of the old and accept all of the new. All of that love. All of that joy. All of that hope, that happiness, that acceptance, that peace. And if you feel like smiling, you can. You don't need to hold it back. Let it shine. There you go. And when you come back to now, you can float back down into it, come back into the room and open your eyes. But take your time, make sure. Beautiful. Welcome back. Now, after a deep process like this, especially, I like to give the mind a reset. It's usually something very silly. Like, when you were a little girl, what was your favorite Halloween candy?
Reese's.
Oh, it's still one of my favorites.
It's mine too.
Yeah, I don't buy them anymore.
They're addicting.
How do you feel about that old belief?
Fine. I realize I've been succeeding the whole time, that I've been putting myself down. And in reality, I've been succeeding every single day.
Nice. A big round of applause. Let's test it again. Go out into the future to an unspecified time in the future in which something like this could happen again. And how do you respond?
With love and acceptance, and understand that it's a lesson and that it's okay.
Love it. Can you do me one more big favor?
Sure.
Could you please walk back and forth for us?
Thank you, Dan.
My pleasure. That's amazing. Please, another big round of applause for her. I know how hard that can be, especially in front of people. That is a challenge, and it's an honor to be a tour guide with processes like this. How many of you learned something about yourselves as you were watching this? You get some breakthroughs going on? Isn't that kind of incredible? Healing like through osmosis. It's kind of wild. Beautiful. Guys, all want to do one together? Let's all do one together. Cool with that? Sweet. Let's all do a stress release. How about that? Cool. This is really, really fast, and it'll be our last thing of the night. Everybody check in on your stress levels recently, or maybe right now. I know it's kind of wonky after seeing all this stuff and feeling it, so you might be low. Whatever, we'll work with what you got. Check in, 0 to 10. Everybody got a number? Beautiful. As you think about your stress, not the thing that stresses you out, but the stress itself. Do you have a picture? First picture that comes to mind, boom. It could be something completely random. It doesn't matter what it is. Trust your unconscious. The first thing that comes to mind as you think about your stress, do you have a picture? Boom. Answer for yourself. Is it black and white or color? How big is it? Dimensions. Now here's a spooky one. Your unconscious mind will project this image. I know it's in your head, but it'll project it into the room. Somewhere around you. Where is it? And do you see your body in the picture? Do you see even a part of your body in the picture? As you think about your stress, are there any important sounds? Do you hear something as you think about your stress? What about physical feelings? Anything in your body? A pressure, a lightness, a hot, a cold, a vibration, whatever. This is what you're going to do. Move the picture as far away from you as possible. Move it as far away as possible. Actually, you could even try moving it backwards as far as possible. As far as the mind can imagine. And watch it getting smaller and darker and smaller and darker and smaller and darker, off into the distance until it vanishes entirely. If there were any sounds, send them to the same place. And as they get dimmer and dimmer, fainter and fainter and fainter and fainter and fainter, and they just vanish entirely. And then any feelings, if there are any physical feelings, breathe in through your nose, and just let it out. Sigh it out. And let that feeling, see the feeling, fly away where the same place the vision, the picture, and the sounds went. And keep on going until you let it all out. All of the physical feelings gone. Let it all out of you. Good, everybody done? Good, lock it in place on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, lock. Good. Eyes open. Everybody answer in your mind this thing for me. What is the worst book you've ever read? Good. Check in with yourself. Where's your stress now from 0 to 10? How many people completely eliminated their stress in like 30 seconds? Ooh, nice. A round of applause for you guys. How many of you cut your stress in half? Gorgeous. Round of applause. How many of you chopped it down a little bit? Made like a noticeable difference? Awesome. Add it all together, we got a huge portion in the room, and it took about 20 seconds to do that whole thing. Well done, guys. Guys, I'm done. I'm done talking. Done hogging the spotlight. Thank you so, so much. Did you enjoy that? Beautiful. One more time for the night. Who are we? You're damn right. Thank you, guys.